Hey everyone, Base DS here, and welcome back as we continue the Supersonic Sound Knuckles Marathon by moving to the next game in the series, and of course with that being Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and really, a game that I played more when I was younger than I did the original, just because it was so much better. But as we go ahead and begin things here in Emerald Hill Zone, right off the bat, you'll notice something different. We actually have someone tagging along with us now. So without any further ado, for those of the uninformed or have never played a classic series game, this is the first appearance of Miles Prower, aka Tails, and as his name suggests, because of his two tails, he's able to fly in the air for short periods of time, but unfortunately if you were to play as him, you wouldn't be able to. That didn't take effect until Sonic 3. And you may have also noticed, Sonic has a new move in his repertoire, the Spin Dash, and so if you remember, there were some badniks that caused some trouble back in Sonic 1, to where if their bodies were heavily protected, you'd only destroy them by building up enough speed and then rolling into them just right and just timing it perfectly so that you didn't get hit. Luckily, the Spin Dash completely eliminates that need, so just charge up Sonic's speed and let loose and just roll right on through them. And of course, as for the badniks here, we only have 3, Buzzer, Masher, and Coconuts, and really, they pose no issue whatsoever. But now we're in the special stage, so yeah, they've actually changed it up from Sonic 1. No longer do you need 50 rings at the end of an act. Instead, just have 50 rings on hand whenever you pass a checkpoint, and you'll have a ring of stars briefly appear over the checkpoint itself, and that'll be your cue to jump in and access the special stage. And if anything, the half-pipe special stage is a great improvement over the rotating special stage in Sonic 1. The rotating special stage was just really random, and sometimes I feel like you really didn't have full control, especially when it was going at its maximum speed. But here, all that is required of you is memorization, just knowing where all the ring patterns are, as well as avoiding the bomb patterns, and you'll be fine, no problem whatsoever. And of course you have ring quotas to fulfill, with each special stage being divided up into 3 sections. But as long as you know what you're doing, you'll be fine. And since we do have a bit of a moment of reprieve here, we do have the story to quickly go over. Dr. Robotnik has come to West Side Island, chasing after the Chaos Emeralds once more, and this time he needs them to complete the Death Egg, a giant spaceship that he's currently constructing, which he plans to use in his bid for world domination. So it's up to Sonic to grab the emeralds, stop Dr. Robotnik's plans, and put an end to the Death Egg before it's at full strength. And see, just like I was saying back in Sonic 1, give his ideas time to simmer, and Dr. Robotnik will show just how smart he is. He's gone from minuscule machines and everything to a giant space station that he's ready to use to conquer the entire planet. So, that right there is a big step up. But one thing I am going to do is that, luckily, if you play your cards right, you can actually get all the Chaos Emeralds just in Emerald Hill. So that's exactly what I'm going to try and pull off here. And another change that was also made too, there's no longer 6 Chaos Emeralds, there's actually 7. And so I've got a pretty good theory as to how that really came about and how they were separated from the first one. Well, the 7th one. So, not going into any details from the next game, I'd like to say that after the Emeralds ended up on West Side Island, at one point they ended up getting separated, the initial 6 from Sonic 1 ending up on South Island, with the last one remaining here on West Side Island. So what I like to think is, after Sonic used the Emeralds to purify South Island back in Sonic 1, they instinctively homed in on each other and thus reappeared on West Side Island. And it's entirely plausible because it is stated in one of the later games that it's possible for the Emeralds to home in on one another, so it's not all that far-fetched. Of course, then again, look at me, trying to give a canon explanation of a almost 26-year-old game. But I can't help it, sometimes I like to overthink a lot. Plus, if anything, it does make sense. But yeah, so far we're doing pretty good. The first 4 special stages really aren't all that hard. If anything, it's usually the 5th one that gives me some trouble. And maybe on some occasions the 6th, I don't know. But if anything, mostly the 5th, that's for sure. And keep in mind though, if you do go after the Chaos Emeralds, like I said back in Sonic 1, they didn't offer anything back then, but for Sonic 2 and beyond, that is a different story entirely. So just go ahead and make sure to get all the Chaos Emeralds, and you'll be rewarded greatly. And of course, you also have all the usual item boxes back. 10 rings, invincibility, speed shoes, shields, extra lives, you name it. They all return here. And the good thing is, as you've seen, whenever you exit a special stage, everything respawns, so I'm going to be able to get that extra life again as soon as I get this next Chaos Emerald. If I can just go ahead and get up to this moving platform just right. There we go. I just have to make sure not to get hit up here. So I've gotten hit by that coconuts many times in the past before when I've tried making this jump over to this checkpoint. Alright, Emerald attempt number 3. Let's go. But really, I've got nothing to worry about right now. It's just going to be the later ones that have me a little bit worried. But yeah, if you're actually playing with Sonic and having Tails tag along, if you are going for the Emeralds, keep in mind if you're not careful, Tails can really be a liability, because you share the ring counts, and if you were playing as Sonic or Tails alone, the ring quotas would be significantly a lot lower. But since Tails is tagging along, it's a little bit higher. But luckily, if you time everything right, you can pull it off. You just want to make sure that you have more rings on hand at all time than Tails does. And if anything, you want to try to make sure to get all the rings yourself, which really 9 times out of 10, that's going to happen. But there will be some cases when the little fox will end up getting his own number of rings. My grandma absolutely hated having Tails tag along because he always screwed her up on the Emerald attempts. Granted, she could only get the first 2. But in my case, it's no problem whatsoever. I've done it many times before. Just one of the side effects of playing these games over and over. You learn how to do things properly and end up getting a formula memorized down pat, and it's just a habit you can never break. And besides, it's good for a little challenge. Alright, 3 Chaos Emeralds down, 4 to go. And if you need any continues, you actually no longer get continues in the special stage. Instead, you'll get a continue when you clear an act and you have at least 10,000 points totaled up from everything you've done so far, including rings and, of course, your remaining time. So, there's that. But in my case, I'm not going to need any continues. So let's just get back up here and grab this extra life that respawned. Thank you very much. Get these buzzers out of the way. Oh, okay, I got lucky. I thought I was going to get hit by that coconuts there for a second. Alright, let's just spin a little bit and grab some rings there. Okay, yeah, why not? That's all I can get. Oh, well. Alright, let's go ahead and end the act now. So yeah, just because of getting the emeralds alone, this is going to be a very long video. And I can guarantee all the other videos after this are going to be pretty short. Just because of how much I'm going to break the game here soon. And really? Alright. Let's just go ahead and spin back down here. Alright. I had to be real careful. I was hoping to jump over that coconuts, but unfortunately, as you saw, that wasn't the case. But it's okay, though. We're getting close to the checkpoint, and there's plenty of rings where it's at, so... Just gotta make my way over to here, grab this, and let's just jump on over to this platform. And let's get that 4th Chaos Emerald. If anything, for the 4th special stage, the beginning section can be a little tricky when you have Tails tagging along, but after that, it's not an issue. Alright, just gotta be careful. I want to avoid the bombs as much as I can. Alright, there we go. Okay, we're good. I think we should be fine now. Okay, 100 rings. I can probably get all those myself. Come on, come on. Thank you. Alright, now I just gotta jump back and forth on the sides here, and I should be fine. Oh, okay. Tails got hit, yet it didn't actually register as a hit. Yeah, it did that time. Oh, that's not good. Now he's in front of me. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay. Was a little bit worried there for a second. Because usually whenever Tails is in front of you after he ends up getting hit by a bomb, that can be very troublesome. It can really backfire. But I think we're good. Yeah, we're fine. 4 down, 3 to go. And look, if I end up screwing up at least once here, I've got a spare chance of getting them all in one go in Emerald Hill, so hopefully that won't be the case. I think if I can get past the next special stage no problem, I should be good. Okay, I need this platform here because I don't want to risk going down there yet. Okay, careful. No, come on, let me hit that box, thank you. Alright. Now we can go to the checkpoint, which was actually right below the first one. Alright, here we go. I really don't like this one. I really, really don't. Oh boy. Alright, should be good here. Alright, I was able to fulfill the 55 ring quota myself, so that's good. And now I got this part to mess with here. Okay, that could have went better than it's been planned. Okay, just barely. Yeah, I feel like this one doesn't give you enough opportunities to get rings. Luckily, that was the only set of bombs in this last section, so we're gonna be good. I hope. Oh, okay, good. Whew. That was a bit too close for comfort there. Oh boy. 25 years later and these special stages can still give me a run for my money. That was really close. Anyway, moving back down here. Let's go ahead and build up some more rings before we continue on to the next path. And I think we'll be good now. Just gotta be careful here. I got a blaze pass here so I don't end up hitting any of those spikes. Alright, let's get that 6th emerald. Because I already know the 7th emerald is going to be so easy. If you just memorize the last special stage just right, you'll be fine. Alright. Okay, need to stay over on this side a bit. And let's go ahead and collect from this little train here. Okay, that's good. Try to keep Tails as low as he can on rings. That will work to my advantage. Just have to collect from here a bit. It's alright, we're doing good, we're doing good, we're doing good. Oh yeah, I think we got this. I think we got this. Granted, I'm gonna have to do a lot of leg work right here, but then again, I kind of always have to. Careful, careful. Alright, come on, we're almost there, almost there, almost there. Oh yeah, that Chaos Emerald's mine. We're good. Like I said, in some cases, you just need to make sure you have more rings than tails, and in this case, I pretty much did all the work here. And granted, if you did have someone actually playing alongside with you, it might be a little bit easier, but then again, what's to stop them from being total idiots and just screwing you over intentionally? Of course, to be honest, if I was kind of in that situation, I would probably do the exact same thing. Okay, so now I need to go ahead and make my way back towards here. And I need to fall in the spring. Let me land. Okay, good. I landed just where I needed to be. Alright. Now let's go ahead and get this extra life. And let's get that last Chaos Emerald, shall we? Special Stage 7. And really, as long as you memorize the patterns here, you should have no issue whatsoever. Ooh, that may have almost screwed me up a little bit there. Which I don't know, I might be able to recoil. I'll find out here in a bit. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, the first third down. 190 rings, no problem. Just sway from side to side, like so. And just go ahead and hug the wall for about 4 ring patterns. And we've literally got nothing to worry about. That emerald's as good as mine. Of course, granted, if I hadn't had all that memorized, this last section would probably be a little bit hard. Alright. Okay, come on. Just a little bit more. Oh wow, I actually got Tails through the last special stage and he didn't get hit once. And there it is, the last Chaos Emerald. And now to get our reward. With all 7 emeralds, Sonic can change into Supersonic. So let's just go ahead and collect our rewards, shall we? So first things first, we need 50 rings. We just have to get up to this top ledge here. And get a little bit more for good measure. And so at 50 rings on hand, jump once, and say hello to Supersonic. It's literally God in Hedgehog form. Supersonic cannot be hit by any bandits or by any of Robotnik's machines. On the other hand, he can still die by drowning or getting crushed to death. And speaking of Robotnik, here he is with his first weapon, the Robotnik Driller. And really, he just drives back and forth and tries to run you over with the drill attachment. And really, it's not going to do anything. If anything, it's just as easy as the Robotnik Wrecker. And after 7 hits, he'll fire the drill off in a last-ditch effort to try and take care of you, but we're invincible. He can't do nothing to me at this point. But with that, we'll go ahead and destroy the prison capsule, and that'll end things here. So, until next time, thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying things so far, and I'll see you all again later.